I don't know why my computer's so slow.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome back to the Shop Class Podcast. Tonight we got a post game of the Maker Camp. That was an incredible event over the weekend. And we got a few people from the event here tonight. We got Duke. How you doing?
What's going on?
All right.
We're trying to catch up on sleep.
Dude, it was a great weekend. We got Raffy. Raffy's local now. I could throw a pen and or whatever. He's like
hit me in the eye.
He's like a mile away from me, not even.
Just throw an axe.
I could throw an axe. He's on the right side of the tracks, though. I won't hit him because he's up the hill. And we got Tech Ed fireman Nick. Okay.
Hello.
Nick is present. And Nick is recovering from turning 160 pens with students. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So let me pull up some photos, and then we can kind of talk about the weekend. What an incredible weekend. Oh, my God. That was, like, really awesome. Let's see. Now, do you guys have stuff you want to show that you made there?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, Raph.
Duke, you want to go first?
All my
you don't
stuff
have your
is
stuff.
crappy. All my stuff is at school. Bring everything back to school.
That sucks.
And then I put my Jimmy DeResta stickers everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, I got some photos we could start with to warm up the session here. Boom. Okay. So, can you guys see that?
Yep.
I think that is Arrival.
Yeah, that's Arrival. That's Friday night.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
is
the
blacksmith forging area.
Mm-hmm. What's cool is that you can do open forge. You can walk up. I mean, it's basically like if someone has not been to Maker Camp, they should watch this video. The pregame's good, but that was like a tour. This is the post game. We're just kind of focused on the photos of the event. So this is a good video if you have not been to Maker Camp and you want to know what it's like. This is it. So, but this is not the only photo. This is just like the one photo I pulled up, but we're going to get into more. So as you walk around the camp, each tent has an area, and this is where we stayed.
Well, back up. That one photo, I'm looking for Nick. I just got there. I'm looking for Nick.
Yeah, Nick would be Nick's booth right there. How many lathes did you have there, Nick?
I had 4 for people to use, and then 1 that I was demonstrating on. And I'm going to try to get 6 for next year.
Wow.
In years past, I was able to do extras, but I don't like to, reach out like that. And I'm going to work on getting 2 more for next year.
So if you estimated that you've done 160 pens with students, and if you divide that by 4, you got like
I think on Sunday before the maker swap, I had done 8 classes, 8 demonstrations.
8 demonstrations?
Yeah, before the maker swap on Sunday.
Wow.
There were a lot of
return
people from Saturday that came Sunday to also turn again. So that was also nice to see.
But Nick, you're talking about a group demonstration, because I saw in between you did a lot of individual demonstrations as well.
Did I?
Much like we all do in the classroom, you teach the class, but then people start not paying attention, or it's like brain overload, and then you tell the kids, "All right, get to work," and then they say, "What do I do now?" And you're like,
yeah,
as I walked around,
So, but like, it's a lot more than just 8 demonstrations, Nick. There's a lot of demonstrations in between.
Yeah, 100%. And so that comes out to like 40 hours on each. If it's about an hour each, that's like 40 hours on each machine. That's a lot of turning, man. Pretty cool.
You gotta go to bed, Michael.
That is a lot of turning. You're basically working there the whole time. I don't even know if you took a break. And Duke, these are your photos. That's cool. You uploaded this. Thanks.
Yeah, I gotta help my kid out for 1 second. Yeah, I put all the photos up there.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, perfect.
216 or something like
Oh
that.
my God, that's perfect. Rafi, if you got photos and you want to share them, you can use our photos. We'll share all the photos if you want. What's your email? Or you can put it in the chat.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat. And then let me put my email in the chat for yeah, so that's pretty cool. And what are some of the highlights? Nick, did you get is there one particular student that you're like that they made something pretty cool?
Well, I know I had probably 3 couples and, 3 sets of friends that came back multiple times to turn pens. And one couple, I happened to be at the office when they were checking out on Monday, and they were asked, and they said, "All right, yeah, we'll sign up for next year already." And I jokingly said, "Oh, to just come back and see me," and they both chuckled, and the wife was like, "I've already started to look for a lathe." So,
oh, that's cool. Hey, look, we got Matt Bloomquist coming in. He's going to be joining in a second. Matt, how you doing?
Good.
We'll let you get set. We'll let you get set up, but I'm glad you're here.
I was trying to get on here a little bit ago, but then my brother called, and then getting the kids in the bath. I switched the way I was doing my class for the college class so I could jump on.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Tonight with you guys, and then because originally I know we talked about doing the Harbor Freight thing, and then you guys did which is fine. I can probably switch around Wednesday too next week.
Oh yeah, sorry. Right. Yeah, that's true. Right. I figured, what I figured, because every time I went to go ask Harbor Freight people, they always needed like another week or two because it's just overwhelming.
Yeah. Well, and you guys getting ready for this. Well, sorry, say that wrong.
Congratulations on winning the Harbor Freight Award.
Yeah, congratulations. In person. Well, the new in person. Unless you're at Maker's Camp, we always follow each other there.
I know. Dude, you guys' Maker Camp videos and reels are awesome. Like I was jealous. Like
you got to come next year.
I can figure out a way to swing that one. Although I probably could have because Monday.
Jump in the truck with Justin.
What?
Jump in the truck with Justin.
Yeah. Well, and Monday we had off for Columbus Day. So.
Hey, pick something that we could do. Maybe we could do a spring or end of school shop class podcast Maker Camp version. I don't know. And year one will probably be small, but I think we could do something like this. It's a lot of fun. Getting away and then seeing everybody, and then you just like all you do is like build stuff and then go eat food.
Those ribs were incredible.
Yeah, dude, the ribs were ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was vegetarian for like 10 years. This was like
I'm pescatarian mostly, so it's rare for me to eat anything like that.
I was like, wow, this is really good.
7 years.
From vegetarian to beef tips on Saturday night.
Nice.
No, there was more of a transition. About 4 months ago, I started eating more stuff like that. But then I was like so psyched. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have some beef. That would be amazing. Oh my God, ribs. Oh my God.
Yeah, Sunday morning I helped Will and Steve Pellegrino and Chris, and I forget the other gentleman's name, rub down the ribs and season them up. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they did 40 pork butts and then 80 racks of rib.
Wow. Is there any photos of the ribs?
Also, what, like 3? No, I missed the ribs. Out of 3 smokers too, huh, Nick?
The Twin 500s is mainly what did most of the work. Will's Lang, we put, I want to say, close to a dozen, maybe a dozen.
That's
It
cool.
started, what's probably around 8 o'clock Saturday night, and Chris and Will and Steve stayed up most of the night. Chris was up 42 hours in the end.
If you want to know what it tastes like, just with photos, you could just look at this photo and just imagine what it tastes like. I feel like this represents it. If you want to know, the whole weekend felt like that. It was awesome. Very cool. So that's pretty cool. And thanks for joining us, Matt. Dude, you've been probably so busy. I can't wait to ask you all about the award.
It's insane. And then I won't even talk about it yet, but Monday we got another fun thing happening.
Really?
I'll post about it on social media and stuff.
All right, they'll have to follow you.
Yeah. It'll happen Monday night.
Monday night. All right, go follow Build, Learn, Teach. That's pretty cool. I mean, there's exciting stuff happening in the building science world, and support for shop teachers got to be at an all-time high. What is going on? It's just like shop teachers everywhere, and support. It's awesome, man. That's great.
Yeah, it's been. I'll tell you what. Well, we just did another news interview with one of the news stations today. Oh, actually, it's because Friday night we're playing Lincoln, which is Dietrich's school.
Oh, no way, dude.
Yeah.
You two are going to be together?
Actually, you know what? I should see if he's going to be at the game. I really hadn't thought about going up there until you just said that. But what it is, since they're doing like a Friday Night Rivals, the TV station, so they bring in all the they broadcast the game on live television on,
Really?
and what they do is they interview the schools, like kind of they highlight things that are going on in each of the schools. So Lincoln, they have this big fundraiser soccer game they've been doing for a student and stuff, so that they're highlighting that thing going on. And then like for us, me just winning the Harbor Freight thing, they came and highlighted me for the newscasts and stuff. And but yeah, I'll have to find out. Justin's gonna be at that game that night. I may have to make the trip up. It's only, I don't know, I think Lincoln's an hour from us. 15 minutes.
That's cool.
But yeah, me and Justin never got to meet in person.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so close. I was supposed to go to his
One of his timber in things.
yeah, but it was like prom weekend, and
Yeah, it was
having
June or something.
two daughters going to prom and wife helping with that, and so I was on little kid duty here at home. It was a crazy weekend, and I actually, man, this 2022 has been literally the craziest, busiest year of my life. And it kind of all kicked off from going to IBS in Florida. Like,
Oh, right.
ever since then, things have just been in good ways, and personally, we've been busy too. But professionally, everything's just been so much good things happening. But yeah, I am tired.
That's a good, I remember I used to be, if any shop teachers listening to this, like, I encourage you to travel. One of the things that, when you're a new shop teacher, you're afraid to take off time because you're like, oh, I have to be in the classroom. But it's better to take off time and go do the stuff you love, because it'll be reflected in your work. You'll come back enthusiastic. You'll meet other shop teachers, you meet other tradespeople, and then that'll kick off, it'll ratchet up your career, So, yeah, definitely travel and go to trade shows and stuff.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Go ahead, Rafi.
On that
That's what I
point-
did on Tuesday. Monday, I was just like processing it, sorting out my stickers. Tuesday, I put the pen blanks on the lathe, started turning.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Dude, do a post and tag the tech ed fireman and credit them, He inspired how many students? 160 students off. I don't accomplish that in an entire school year, Nick. Nick did 2 school years in like 1 year. He taught so
One weekend.
Yeah, one weekend, right? That's awesome.
So
And then they're going back teaching their kids or buying a lathe, doing it on their own.
Right.
There was people talking about making gifts for people coming up Christmas.
Oh yeah, dude. Instead of buying all this crap that you buy from, you're just buying crap from China. It's like make it in house. All right, you might be a Chinese lathe, but you're gonna make it here.
No, two things I made. I brought home for the people I'm staying with. I'm staying in the guest house of friends, and as a thank you, I brought home something. One pen for the husband, who's they're my friends, so one for the husband, and I brought home a intentionally made for them a fire stoker or whatever you call it. It's on my Instagram post. But but what I was going to jump in and say was that about Ron, what you were saying, that about teachers like going and doing things that are out of their wheelhouse. Even it's not just going to make things; it's going to make things out of what they do. Like I said to you, you're a metal worker. You do so much metal and welding and metal in general. So go do woodworking. And I did the opposite. Even though I do welding, but I don't do forge work. And I went and I hung out all day for 2-3 days in the forges, and not only two of my pieces, the 2 first pieces that I did were actually 3 pieces. One was a gift to the hosts, and 2 are in school. But the rest of the time, I mean, it really started off with one of the exhibitors from Coal. What are they called? I'll come up with their name in a minute. But
Burning Sky Forge.
Well, Burning Sky is the guy who was at their booth. He made this for me. Brett is an awesome guy. He became a really good friend over the weekend. That's him right there on the left. Yeah. Our left. He started with taking a railroad spike and making this for me. And he made it, and we watched to learn, and then he handed it to me, and I was like blown away. And then I started getting here. Top left is that's the fire stoker. I guess.
Did a twister.
I did a twister, and I did a reverse twist.
Oh yeah.
And then I did this, which supposedly is like an advanced thing, and I was like, I don't know, I just did it.
Oh, I have the one from last year. Yeah, it's not easy to get it to curl over and curl backwards too.
I was surprised that I got it so quickly. I'm really proud of it, and I handed it to my friends, and they're happy. It got a place of honor in their house.
That's cool. That's cool.
And I mean, learning and expanding on your skills is just so incredible. So then I jumped in, and I'll jump forward a little bit, but this is what I made at the end of the day. The last day, this is my axe that I made from nothing, from a block, and I'm blown away. And now,
but wait a minute, Rafi, the head, you didn't buy the head, you forged the head, right?
Yeah,
I bought the head. I bought the head used, and we modified it.
Oh, that's awesome.
But he actually made the actual head, and now that was in the forging section, and then you walked over to Tracy's booth, so it's kind of like a collaboration.
Yeah, it was a collaboration. It was actually with 3 tents, because I went to the grinding people, the grinding wheel that were there.
Here, this type of grinding wheel.
The broadback.
Yeah, broadback. Thank you.
It wasn't on the screen. Sorry.
Yeah,
you basically can get anything done. Like if you don't need a hardware store, you just make everything.
Yeah, I mean, this event was just mind blowing and So my point of this is, sorry that for being so long, is that now not only, I mean, it didn't take much of a push because my supervisor, the guy who developed the program in the school I'm working in, was completely sold from the second we opened our mouths. We called him from the event and we were like, we need to get a forge, we need to get an anvil, we need to get all these, we need to get going on forge work. And he was like, done, let's do it. We have the exterior space that we're already developing a welding section to our program. And now it's going to be a complete metal work. And we're going to get a forge, we're going to get a grinder, we're going to get an anvil. And yeah, I'm excited to experiment more personally. But I'm also even more excited to show students that you could like heat up a piece of steel and then bash the crap out of it and make it in something. That's so exciting to me.
That's awesome, man.
That we're bringing it to school.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
We could probably, do some sort of collaborations, have, if your students make something that you need another part for, maybe even through the Shop Class podcast. Doesn't have to be so rigid. Could be like, hey guys, I'm making this thing. Can you guys make something the bottom or the top of it or whatever? That would be kind of fun because we all have a different set of skills and machines.
I actually thought of you today because the students turned to me in the middle of like completely random. He turns to me and goes, how likely is it that I could actually make a combustion engine? And I'm like, I have no idea. Maybe let's call Ron.
I've thought about that, like doing one from scratch. Is that what he's talking about?
I guess, but we're really, first of all, I don't think he's that serious a student.
To start with, you do a lawnmower engine.
Okay.
And I could walk you through that if you haven't done it.
I'll see if the student really wants to do it because otherwise it's just a waste of both of our times. But
I have the 1-day classes on Sundays.
Yeah, but
you need a stand to put the engine on.
Oh yeah, I got a stand for that thing. It's getting closer. What I was thinking on a side note, Matt, since your schedule tight, we could do this and then hit stop and then do your interview as well if you wanted to, or if you got time next week, it's up to you.
It don't matter. Let me look at the calendar. It's crazy.
We should probably do it tonight. If you're available, if you stay on and we'll do more of the Maker Camp. But if you're all right, so stick around, Matt, and then we'll do your interview like tonight.
That works. And you may see me bounce in and out and stuff.
That's okay.
Getting the kids ready for bed and stuff. But like I say, watching the Makers Camp, I didn't really want to miss this one either. Well, I've been on forever, but
no, it's okay.
I was so jealous. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks, like I said, it was one of those things with. I was glued to Instagram, just watching to see what you guys were doing and stuff. So it was
wild, man.
Dude, there's still people posting about it.
Yeah,
I'm not done posting. Yeah, I'm going. Who's that guy?
Just think if there was a thing like this for students. I mean, is there anything? I mean, granted, I know this is
students could have came to this.
Yeah,
I was surprised that there weren't more kids, and also
it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there because one of the seniors from high school from last year, who was my intern for 2 summers, she's actually spending a year in Israel, but she saw me on Instagram. She texted me. She was like, I can't believe you went and I didn't get to go. Maybe next. I said to her, maybe next year. She's like, definitely. But she wants to go next year. So
this was the interview I did. Yeah, I think students should go. I
for sure.
I mean, this is like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I wouldn't want it to be overcrowded, but I do think you could just add more tents, more things to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like presenters like Nick, who didn't stop the whole time. I don't know how sustainable that is. I mean, Nick's not human. That's probably, or I don't know, maybe He's like took a supercharger pill beforehand or something. I don't know how he did it the whole time.
It's the
I
fireman
run out of
endurance.
gas. What's that?
It's the fireman endurance.
Oh yeah, dude, I run out of gas. I couldn't teach that long. I would eventually just be like, yeah, whatever. Just put it on the lathe and don't kill yourself. See you later.
Dude, just walking around is exhausting.
Yeah. You want to see the interview I did with? I wonder if the sound will come out. Let's see. I spoke with Justin about the because they installed the bridge. You know. All right. Let's see if this works. Tell me if you can hear it. Oh, you know what I should do? Make sure it's specific to the tab with. Yeah, this is it. All right, here we go. We're here with Justin and Duke. Shopfest podcast. And what do you guys got here? Like, what is this? We got a this is a timber frame walkthrough. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah, mute. I think you have to mute your microphone though. It's echoing.
So we had to tie into this existing building.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And then we, by doing that, we had to pour some piers down below.
Oh yeah,
the structure.
Look at that.
And then yeah, it's really a pretty basic design. Other than I did even like a fireworks shed like this about a year ago. It's really just two of those connected. And we did some pretty cool stuff. We did some like wedge tenons, and then we did some scarf joints that we're trying to clean up right now. And
What's a wedge tenon?
it's like a half dovetail wedge tenon.
Oh, okay.
It's called.
That's
So
cool.
Like the support of it is it's basically the wedge with it makes it a full dovetail.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about this floor? This is kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of working with what we have, but
That's
we were
awesome.
originally going to do like some 6-inch planking. We didn't have enough. We've got Ronders over here. He's slabbing up stuff today, so yeah. So he just started cutting slabs, and so now Gibbs over here cutting it up for us.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
It looks great.
yeah, coming along, man.
Nice. Very cool. And so you guys are going to keep on working on it tomorrow?
I'm hoping here in a couple hours for that.
Okay, yeah, okay.
We're still gotta get the flooring in, gotta get the handrail in over there.
Wow, so there's a lot going
Rafters
on.
up.
All right, you guys are busy.
Yeah.
This is cool. And you guys made all the frame and stuff last time, right?
We did it this summer. We cut everything this summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tim wanted to come back up, but he got busy with family stuff.
Oh
Yeah, so he can't make it. He's going to come tomorrow. Anyway, this was cool. Yeah, Justin was cool. It was good seeing him. And he's got this whole crew around. We met some of the other people. We met this guy, Gibb, that he was working with later. Just good people all around. That was cool.
Yeah, hopefully you guys, you and Duke and Rafi's been there, but hopefully you guys are gonna start following a bunch of those makers that were, Gibbs an old, friend of mine through the maker community, and he's
I like Gibb. I talk with him. He's really funny.
Yeah. He was in the when I was welding, he was behind the welding booth talking to us.
Yeah. He's an electrician by trade, and if I'm not mistaken, he's out in Ohio, and he's near John Malecki. So he's been working with John Malecki, doing his electric in his new shop and all that. So
yeah, he's hilarious. If you get him going, I was talking with him. My friend Mark and I were talking to him, and he was telling us stories and stuff. It was really funny.
if you go back one picture, a gentleman with the timber slick, that's the and I'm so bad with names, just because you get to know people by their screen name. But one more, that gentleman right there, he's the Tradesman's channel on YouTube, and he's in upper portion of New York and near Alex Bay, and he does a lot of timber framing and blacksmithing. So he's another gentleman to really look into and follow.
Oh yeah, there's a lot
As far as YouTube goes, not he's a little bit on Instagram, but mainly on YouTube. He posts videos.
It's called Tradesman.
The Tradesman channel, I believe.
Okay. I was thinking Justin is in Illinois and so is Matt. Couldn't you guys have at least one or two little pieces of timber frame on the house that you're building? Could you guys collaborate in some way?
I've considered trying to incorporate that somehow. We haven't done it yet, mostly because just the design. It's you're kind of to put that in. You're kind of following to a specific design style.
Right.
And with ours being a little bit more modern, hasn't quite hit. But yeah, I have tried to think of a way to somehow put that in. Yeah.
What I think?
Because I think that'd be cool. The collaboration between the classes, the two schools and classes.
Couldn't you do it as like instead of part of the house? Could you do it just as like a feature on the lawn? Because it seems like that simplifies things, right?
Like, so my thought was maybe trying to have them do like a pergola off, like do like a back patio and have them do like a pergola, which then you could throw it on there. And this house probably would have worked out well, but thing is, we're going to end up finishing it up here like in the middle of the winter. Until you said it, I kind of forgot those ideas that popped in my head. So, but yeah, I when Justin first got into this, and I was saying, oh my God, this would be really cool doing. And get so busy with all the 100,000 thoughts that run through our heads for everything else that. But yeah, I do. We need to do that. I think that would be. It's an awesome opportunity for the students in both schools, but locally, it's a feel-good story that everybody will jump on board with. So that would be I think that'd be a home run.
Yeah, like you can't do everything, but this would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, because their kids could literally come down and work on the site with us. Like,
wow,
we could do a field trip with their students and maybe our students go and do a field trip there to help prep everything 1 day or 2 day, whatever it is. And then they come down 1 day, 2 day thing and we do the install or something, so we get our hands on a little bit as they are building it. And then they send the kit to us, but get a help with because install probably could be done in like a long day.
Oh, they can make it in their shop and install.
And then ship it down and then have our kids show up to their shop for like a day, just get their hands on and see what they're doing. And then, like I said, talk about a good couple days on social media with that one. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun day no matter what. But
totally.
Talk about highlighting some awesome things going on in building trades programs.
Where are you guys at with the house anyway? We'll get into this on the second part of the show. Like we'll hit, but I was just curious.
We'll probably be done. I'm going to say February, March.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Start working on the foundation in the next one. Get it.
All right. I can't. I'll start asking too many questions about that.
Hey, hold up, Nick. Did you say that one guy was he's the electrician with Malecki or whatever?
Yeah, Gib Clark.
The what?
Gib Clark is the guy.
So the woodworker that played for the Steelers.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't follow football at all. So when he showed up on the maker scene, it was like, okay,
yeah. No, that'd be a good one to try to get on here, Ron. He played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's an awesome woodworker.
No, not Gib. John Malecki.
No, Malecki.
This guy?
No.
Which John?
I assume he's on Instagram. I always watch him on YouTube. Or
John Malecki. Common spelling of John. Malecki.
MAL.
There,
right
the
there.
top one.
Yep. He does some awesome woodworking. He's updating his shop, which is a good thing to follow.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No kidding. Well, that's good.
I didn't know him as a football player, but when I started watching him, I forget somehow I found out he played for the Steelers or something. There was a Steelers emblem in the background. But yeah, he he does all kinds of fun things too. He'd be a good one if we could land him on the show. That'd be a fun.
Oh,
that'd be a fun
absolutely.
episode.
Yeah, we need people like this because, you know, somebody who had some wild career ahead of time and then went into the trades and stuff. That's awesome because it's kind of like almost like like a Jesse James character. You know, like he's super famous, but he's down to earth because he actually builds stuff and whatnot. And then all it does is rise up. The rising tide lifts all boats. You know. Oh, I like this patina on the truck behind. That's cool. Yeah, we got it. We'll get this guy on. That'd be awesome. That's pretty cool. Was he at Maker Camp? No.
No. A lot of other bigger names this year. Which was
Yeah,
nice.
a lot of people at Maker Camp. All right, so back to the camp here. Now, this is, we'll save the finale there. But yeah, okay.
So
We're here. It's the Shop Fest podcast. We're here with you.
he took those pictures of the emblem. Did he? I never actually talked to him at Tony's or at Maker Camp about those. Is that different filament or did he paint those after?
Oh, this here?
Yeah.
These are cool.
Those are stipping filament, Nick.
Oh, different filament?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, those are like retro, switch caps and hard to find parts. He even makes like parts for the bandsaws.
Yep.
Something like that. You can go to a wood catalog, Midwest, Paxton, Patterson, but if you have a 3D printer, there you go. You can just 3D print them now.
And I bet you some of this stuff, some of the stuff you can't get, although you probably get a lot of this, but yeah, it seems like you probably get this, but why not just 3D print it? Yeah, it's true.
That's the thing. He's on a podcast with Camaro.
Oh, Nick froze.
If you go to his Instagram, he had pictures of his truck, packing his truck up. I think he said he used every single ratchet trap.
What's his Instagram?
He owns. It's that PJ
Lottie. Yeah, second one down.
Son of Junk Hunter.
It's awesome. Love it. Here we go. Oh, look, they did a Maker Camp. Maker camping. Yeah, let's see.
They counted their episodes.
Yeah, we haven't counted any. We used to count them when I first started. I was like, whatever. Yeah, we're definitely on like episode at least 100 or 200. I have no idea. Where's the picture of his truck loaded up? Let's see.
It might have, maybe he just posted it in his stories.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah.
he has a hard top, what do you call it? A hard top tonneau, so he couldn't ride with it up. So he had to put stuff on his tailgate. I think he put like 4 or 5 drill presses on his tailgate and strapped them in with like 5 or 6,
He sold almost 700 pounds of tools.
Oh, it's on there. It's right next to the jackalope pictures. Go down a little farther.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Dude. Oh, he got stuff on top of the tonneau cover. And he sold a lot of it. Damn, that thing's dragging down.
Yeah.
When I was leaving Monday, he was still packing up, and I left around 2:30 and go. Lots of drill presses on the tailgate.
Yeah.
So
That's funny. This was pretty cool. The jackalope. Oh my God. It's that big. Matt, you seeing this thing? Dude, it's ridiculous. You can feel the heat even when you're standing like way back from it. I was in the middle of finishing my axe, and then if you just turn around and go like just a little bit towards it, you would feel the heat. It was crazy. It went down pretty quickly too. I don't think they built it up as thick this year. I don't know. I felt like last year took longer. I'm not sure why. Oh crap! What happened to his door?
I don't know.
A work truck.
Yeah, man. It's a working smash. Oh my god. Yo, what the hell? Look at this photo.
Yeah.
Damn.
What did Aaron used to say? One trap is none, two is one.
Yeah.
3 straps.
Wow. Oh my god. Yeah, so basically, but I guess he okay. What are these drawings? This guy's out of this world, man. He's funny.
Yeah, it was a drawing challenge or whatever for the month that he was tagging.
That is funny. But yeah, this is it. This is the type of stuff he does. 3D printing. Junk Hunter Enterprise official release. Nice. All right. That was a cool booth. God, all these booths are like rabbit holes. You know what I thought was pretty cool is this one here. You use a CNC router to make your blank.
Brian Smith making stuff. Yeah.
And then you and then what you do is you could use a press, but if you want to go faster, you just roll it on. And then you can change the dye, and you could do it with another ink. You could have several layers. So you see here he's got that's going to be his second layer coming next. And then together you end up with the poster, you know. This was pretty cool. And it was I think he said Jack White's guitar or something like that. His napkins fell everywhere.
Yeah, so here's the guy I brought my printing press to. I have an old printing press. When I first started teaching, it was in the classroom. So then I went to another school. So back up.
That's yours right there, right?
No.
Okay. Go back.
Yeah, you must have either taken these before or after. Well, I have a bunch of pictures on mine.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, those Maker right there. Those Maker Camp ones, he printed on my press.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
So when I started teaching, the press was in the room, but it was so old, outdated, we never used it. So then I came back like 20 years later to the original.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
District, right? The press is still there.
This press right here.
Yes.
Jesus.
When I started teaching, that press was in my room. I went to another campus, came back, the press is still there. I'm like, I got to get this working. Now these guys are at the Maker Camp with their own presses. So now the old school is becoming cool again.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at
If
this.
I wait around long enough, I won't even have to change my curriculum. It'll just recycle itself. But seriously, here's what I want to do. What he does is he makes his prints on the blocks on a CNC router. So you have to, router everything else that you want exposed, keep that stuff up. You have to have everything recessed. But right next, so what I want to do also is maybe 3D print parts that go into that space. Then, as long as you get your laser engraver deep enough, you can probably laser print those parts as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is
That's
cool.
That's what Timmy's been doing, as a quick prototype for his printing presses, or even when he goes to embossed leather, he's been using laser just to actually try it out.
That's really cool. I have these posters. Did you take these back with you? Do you have these, Duke?
Yeah, I got a couple. Yep.
Dude, so what if we do a Shop Class podcast one? That would be really cool, right?
Yeah. That'll definitely be one. That's awesome. Yeah. See how it's raised?
Yeah.
You just have to do the opposite.
Yeah,
Whatever is burnt, raised, and then you burn everything else.
What is that? The negative or whatever?
Yeah. Yep.
So you got to do opposite of this.
Yep.
Right. That would be awesome. Wow. So just the opposite of that. That's pretty cool. Wow. Dude, I love that. And then you just crank it down. And then can you put it on a shirt too, or is it just only on paper?
You can. It's not. As far as the ink goes, you would just change your ink, I would assume, but not really.
It's not really set up for it.
Those are
Those are
like
wedges.
the wedges. That's what I need. So you can try to get the rectangle close, that block, and then you put the wedges in there just to keep it tight.
That's great. This was the roller one, and I guess that's where the wedges go.
Well, the wedges are for to lock your print or your blocks in place so they don't move during, whether it's on a printing press or on the roller one.
That's super cool. And then
It was really funny. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead, Ravi.
I was gonna say I had to tear myself away from that tent because I walked in and I'm like, oh my god, I took printmaking and letterpress actually when I was in college at SVA. And I walk in and I'm like, holy cow, like this is my jam, and then I was like, nope, gotta stick to steel and metal. Gotta go back to the forge.
That's funny. Yeah, you got to kind of pick something. Now let me just go to Duke's page for just a sec. Didn't you have a picture of this that you were bringing it? I think you had it. Here. This is it. But did you have a picture from when it was in your shop?
No, I'm not. It's way down there, but I do have it. But it's down there. I texted to you the.
Okay. All right.
Before.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, I mean that's a pretty amazing story that you got it.
There it is. Go back. You missed it.
Oh, here we go.
Right there.
That was sitting in your shop for how many years?
Over 20.
And so it's probably been there longer than that. Jeez.
Yep. Now I could use another roller, so I'd have to find another roller on there. See, there's one underneath on the bottom. It's missing one. Yep. But all these guys did was just oil it up in certain spots, and it's like brand new.
Really?
Did they give you any suggestions on where to look? Because when I got the printing press from Jimmy, his roller guy wasn't getting back to him, and
oh no, but you know what? I called my old shop teacher about it, and he gave me some. I think it's Breyer press.
all right.
This is so cool. So let me.
The rest of it just balanced here.
So let me get this. Oh, what did you say, Rafi?
I said I love the rest of pick just balancing there on the bed, on the table.
Oh yeah, just sitting there. Yeah. Oh, this. Right. If you think about it, it's like this. So this thing literally it was sitting in your shop for over 20 years, maybe longer. You brought it to Maker Camp, and then within 10 minutes you had it operational.
Yeah, making prints, tagging the prints right on the clothesline there.
Right here.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
These guys loved it. They got it going. They're psyched about it.
Imagine you had a booth and someone brought a machine. You're like, so they loved it, right? They went crazy.
Yeah, dude, I was ready to walk across the whole field with it, but then luckily I found the guy with the golf cart. I'm like, can I ever ride? That thing's heavy,
Yeah.
But these guys were psyched about it. They saw it, and then they didn't give me a hard time at all, and they jumped right in. They stopped everything, jumped in.
That's
you got that thing working.
It's hard to describe the vibe at Maker Camp because you could easily, of course, you don't want to be overwhelmed. Like, sure, come on, bring it in. But like, that's how it is. Everybody's cool. Everybody's looking to learn. Even the people that are teaching or learning. It is just, it is awesome.
It's like the ultimate adult show and tell, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come check out all those cool things I get to play with and do. Like, let's share our toys.
It's so awesome, man. These guys here were they made the design and the model of the thing, you know, the jackalope. Which is so ridiculous. And this side video was actually taken by my friend Mark. He had a GoPro, so he was on the side taking video. But I tell you what, man, at night it was cold. I got lucky. That jacket I borrowed from a friend who went home early. I was like, oh my God, you definitely had a dress for him. It was beautiful in the day, but then at night, oh my God. Super cool.
Nick, I put some of those links in the chat. But that's definitely, the guys were like, hey, what do you want to do with the sign press? You know? And I'm like, well, I want to mix the old school with the new school. So that's what I was thinking. You know, those guys use CNC routers to make their blocks. You know, I want to do it with like a 3D print or laser engraving.
Yeah. Now, do you have the Instagram for those guys? Who was that? Do you remember?
Yeah, Dave
Smith for the printing press.
Yeah.
Yep. Mark? No, it's
Smith
Mark.
makes.
Smith makes. Yep, and then Dave Bauer.
Yeah, Dave Bauer, who's been on here.
All right. There we go. Nice. Oh, this is it. That's what I saw him making. Oh, cool. So this is the actual video of him making the okay. You ink it up. Yeah. Oh, he's making sure things are cool. Double checking it. Blacks up the right. Fresh. Whoa. There we go. Nice. There it is. What is that? Was that first when he put the black on there? Is that to seal it? Is that a sealer of some kind?
That's probably the ink.
Yeah,
The
but it's
printing,
red. But he's got the red on there. Oh, I guess he could do different colors.
The lettering. It's possible that he tested it in the shop.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks like in his shop. So he tested it in the shop.
Right.
It could be he sealed it and let it dry and then he did red.
That's what I was thinking.
But I think it's the ink and he did a test run probably. Then he transferred it, started doing red.
That's super cool. And so this is it. This is the CNC routing. That's pretty cool. Nice. Got to just fix it up a little bit. That's awesome. And then you can make multiple. And then you don't have to go down and try and, whoa. Look at this crazy machine. Oh, and then he hand does some of it. That's kind of cool. So you can mix the CNC routing with some hand carving.
We did this in like junior high art class.
Yeah, they had linoleum block printing too. And when I first started teaching, the high schoolers were doing it. Ron did it. Ron, you made that with the you made a car or something.
I was starting, and then once I think I got a spot on the handle carving, and I bailed completely. I never finished it. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, these are cool, man. I was never into printmaking, but now, like, I think sometimes you have to get an appreciation for seeing the whole process. You see part of it, you're like, it's just a machine with ink. You're like, whatever. But now you see the result and the whole process. You're like, okay, so I totally want to do this next year. I think it'd be cool to like carve something and then bring it there to get printed, or if we could find an old press. Now, do you need a press or like a roll, or can you just like use some sort of? Can you just put weight on it?
So you buy force, any kind of force.
Yeah,
but we literally did those. We did, because you get those little rubber pad things and you'd carve them out, your design in art class, and then you do one color, then you go carve out more and put the next color. I can remember mine was a sailboat in the ocean. Like it was like seventh grade art.
if you don't have an actual press, what you could do is, you do the carving, you ink it up, and then you put the paper on top of it, and you use a brayer, which is like a roller, and you roll it out hard, and that's how you transfer the ink onto the paper. I want to say evenly, but there's always gaps and holes. It's like it's a handmade print.
Yeah, I feel like we may have like rolled the ink on and then just took like a like you're saying, like a little hand roller and back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ron,
that's how you
go in
do it
the
if you don't have an actual press.
What?
Go
So
in the
that's how you
chat.
do it if you don't have a press.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. I have some of those. What were you guys saying? Where should I go?
Go in the chat. Look up Graphica Creative Studio.
Okay.
His Instagram, because he replied to the post when I put it up there for the sign press. He restored some of them. Check them out.
Oh wow. Look at it. Oh, dude. Is that yours? Not the same as yours?
It's pretty close, right? I have a craftsman from Canada.
Wait, what's the circle on the top? Is that
That's where the ink goes. Speedball ink.
Oh, so it
And then you
goes.
pull the handle, rolls it on the thing, and then that thing's rotating, so you constantly get like fresh ink.
Wow. Dude, imagine you make handmade cards for like an event.
We can have this guy on too, though.
Yeah. What is this? This is awesome. Oh, no way. That's a cool shirt. What? That's awesome. What is this? What the? You never know what you're gonna find. It's like, that's awesome.
He's doing logo designs.
Yeah, that's super cool. Wow. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I mean, there's just something about these old machines when they're restored. It looks dope. It's like it's car stuff. It's like car stuff, but machine stuff. I have an old miniature, like a bench top milling machine, and it's called a bench master. I was thinking about restoring it, but it's a lot of work to get it to this. That is like museum quality. Duke, you got to take that whole thing apart. You got to take the whole thing apart and get it like replated. Powder coat it. Oh, there you go. Or paint it. Put it back together. Oh, that's what it was. Right? 1880.
1880.
Damn. Oh, look. Oh, it's part of the whole look. Yeah, like you walk in and it's like you're going into a museum. That's a cool thing when the studio kind of is part of the, Oh, there's the rollers. I get it now. And like for someone in modern day times, you're looking at this going like whatever, but there were no home two-dimensional printers. This is how you got stuff made. So like a lot of people did letterpress. So not my shop teacher, but in a way, but the shop teacher I overlapped, Mr. Canito, who was teaching shop for 41 years, his first job was letterpress, and that company is still around. And I just got a kid a job over there, but everything's digital now. This guy's filled with grease. This is cool. All right, let's get this guy on there. Nice. I like it. Let's see. All right, more maker stuff. Let's see. So here's the smoker. What's that?
I uploaded a bunch of pictures.
Oh, okay. We're gonna take a look. Look at the smoker. Imagine the ribs coming out of there. Yeah, it was really good. Al, you got photos you want to upload? Oh, you're muted.
I don't have that many photos.
That's all right.
Yeah, I had a crappy old phone. It kept dying on me. But sorry, I left. I had to go find my dog. She decided to leave the yard.
Oh, no problem.
Anyway,
let me see where the photos are. All right, what else you guys want to see that we should look at? Did you guys see the smelting? That was kind of like a funny. Yeah. So believe it or not, what they're doing is they're actually taking iron ore. You know, as you do. You know, you go down to the iron ore store. You know, you get yourself some iron ore.
From York, PA, he said.
I was just like, okay, where do you get that from? You know, all right. And there's these pellets, and I guess they're from the rock or whatever. And then you put them in the fire, and the fire is being, you know, is being blown on. So it's got like it goes up to like 2,600 degrees or 2,700, and it separates the iron ore, which I think what it does is separate it from the oxygen, and then the carbon grabs it and becomes carbon dioxide, but then also adds a little bit of carbon to the iron, which then becomes steel, because you need a little bit of carbon. The steel is iron mostly, like 98% around there, and then you know, a little bit of carbon, something like that. I don't know exactly how to do it.
you know, once I saw this on a show called Mountain Men. This guy, his thing was he makes knives. That's how he makes his living, right? And he went out looking for iron ore. He found it, and he and his wife built a kiln similar to that, but it was completely enclosed somehow. I mean, I think it was like a rocket stove, but it was more enclosed. And so when the process was done, they had to break it open, and they had to hope that the process worked. But this is more open, so I don't know why it's so different.
No, that's exactly right. You can't see it, but this bottom part gets broken open when they're done.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they have to hope that it worked out.
Yeah, I remember being there with you guys, and he was looking, and he said, "This one's nice. This one's close. This one sort of worked." So
yeah. And then I think let's see, do we have a video of that?
But the night before, Friday night, that was just like a round like wooden, you know, fence, basically, it looked like. And then they built up all the clay on the outside.
Yeah, they went through the whole structure there. I think Duke and I were like, we don't know what's happening here. We were both like, we were just
and then, you know, they spent all day, all night. They had sleeping bags and everything doing that for like a 25-pound like plate, basically, of, you know, iron, you know, like a weight plate, all that time. And then they had to like compress it even more with sledgehammers, just knocked it with sledgehammers.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort to do a process that, you know, but it's kind of, you know, it's interesting. What's nice about stuff like this is you go up, and if you're cold, you get your hands warm, and then you also get to talk to these people doing it. So it's like you get a story, you might meet a cool person, and then you see a process. So you're never bored at Maker Faire. You always walk around, you're like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And they're like,
Maker Camp,
right?
The one guy's an engineer that was helping him. And then he was doing different kind of studies, and he got so fascinated with the smelting process. He's like, forget about engineering. This is what I'm doing.
No way. That's amazing. I didn't spend much time watching the chainsaw slab making. You want to talk about this, Duke?
We did a lot of that last year, though, but they were running a demonstration, so I was like, I'll check it out. But basically, they just put there's a fixture for
like
a sled, and then it keeps there you go, right there. Keeps the chainsaw horizontal, and then it cuts all the way through, keeps it pretty level, and then at the end they got to put some wedges in there just to keep it from pinching the blade. But you make your slabs that way.
And the whole time,
They're running heavy.
but it was good to everybody's doing something, which is
I went to Maker Camp this year with a couple of I want to call them, they were just myths or something like that. I had no idea what was really going to happen. So I heard about the lanterns, right? And so I was imagining they were going to be made out of some sort of sheet metal, right? Like tin or something like that. And you get them perforated, and then you go powder coat them. I didn't know anything about powder coating. So then you'd go, deburr them. I understood those are the steps. But I didn't think it was going to be steel that I would go and weld. And then the slabs, too. I kept hearing from somebody, I don't know, somebody told me that there would be other logs there, and you could actually run the mill and then take a slab home with you. But those slabs were obviously used for the bridge, the timber frame bridge, right? So that wasn't exactly what I thought.
Did you make one of these lamps? Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, I made 2 of them.
Oh, cool. This is Duke, deburring his parts, and you got that made on the CNC plasma cutter.
Yeah.
Do we have photos or video of that? That was early on.
Right there.
Yeah, boom.
Now, see, with the plasma cutter, that leaves some of the burrs on there, and then you take it to the deburring station, not only to you take the sharp edges off the open spaces, but to get a better weld when you weld it together.
Mm-hmm.
And an even better finish if you actually, they had I don't know what the abrasive was that they had. It was kind of blue. It wasn't really sandpaper. It was something else like a hard sponge. And then if you ran your piece flat against that, you could clear all the grease and all the other marks from the process off. I brought over a nice shiny piece, my second one, to weld, and it came out a lot better, especially when it came to powder coating. You still see some of the carbon marks from my fun welding, my sloppy welding on the second one. It was a lot better, though. I really enjoyed the second.
You got a chance to use one of these booths down here at the Lincoln?
Yeah, I used it like 2 days in a row for twice.
That's great. And that was your first time welding, right?
Not first time with a MIG welder. I've used a stick welder before, but I'm terrible at that.
That's another thing. There's 8 booths there. There was a line, pretty much
It took a while.
most of Saturday just to get in there to weld your parts.
Here's the trick, though. Go there in the morning. Go there early and eat your breakfast and leave right away. The guys were up there cutting the lanterns. I grabbed one like before they were even open, really. And then the deburring station was open, and just turned it on and started going at it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, see, me and Nick and I went there after dinner. So Nick went to, not Nick, Ron went to work on his axe handle. And I was talking to JD Brewer before that. And he's like, hey, grab me if you want. I'll help you weld it. And Ron wanted to, and I'm like, I got to get this thing done. It's 9 o'clock at night. We weren't finishing up. It was 10:23 at night. I just texted my wife. I'm just like, I just finished up. It was 10:23. So when they say you can work all night, you can work all night. And the blacksmiths were still hammering.
Yeah.
They're like the marathon runners of Maker Camp.
Yeah.
that might be my goal for next year, is to spend a good chunk of a day in the blacksmith tent. I looked in there, but I didn't spend any time thinking about making something.
I think that's the key to it. Is it's nice to walk around, but the problem is it's a good thing and a bad thing. If you walk around, you're going to talk to like 1,000 people and get super excited, but you're not going to make anything. If you pick a tent and a process and you just focus, you're totally going to come back with like a finished product, and you're going to be like, okay, I made this thing. And then if you got time, you could. So I kind of tried to balance all that, but then I didn't finish till I literally was like, they were starting the burn. like they were burnt. This was like I finished it and then I just caught the end of the burn. Like
you spent all day Sunday on that too?
Yeah. This is it. Like when the burn happened, I just finished. They were lighting it up, and that guy Tracy didn't even like. He has blinders. I was like, "Yeah, but the burn's going on." He's like, "That's okay. Let's finish this." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah." He's so not distracted. He just it's like it's on, man. He's like, "Okay, we're finishing," and I was like, "All right." So then I went out and took like horror pictures. I was like, "Ha ha." That's funny. Yeah, and then he's back at the booth, and then boom, look, see, this is it. This is it right here. The burn is happening, and he's still teaching.
Yeah, Ron, I ran out to get some pictures for you. I promised you pictures, so I uploaded them.
Okay, perfect. Look how focused he is. He doesn't care that the burn's happening. He's like, oh yeah. Anyway, the burn.
Yeah. Oh, look at the fire. It's getting hot. Yeah, all right, back to
work.
Yeah, at some point I said to him, wow, we could feel the heat from here. He looked outside, he goes, yeah, okay, and kept on working.
Yeah,
that's how I am with my 6th graders in school. I don't let them talk at all, just work. Oh man, look at that.
And then this was crazy. And then it was like you could feel the heat. It was cool.
And the joke is that like you said, it was nothing compared to last year.
Yeah, I think last year's was bigger, right?
They overpacked it last year.
Yeah,
it was way too hot and way too big. This year, I think that they learned from last year and took that into consideration. You know, they also lit it differently. You didn't see. I didn't see it either. I saw on someone's profile. They lit like a bucket and pulled up on a rope and lit up inside the head.
Oh.
So last year they lit from, I guess, the butt of the dinosaur. And it up. This year they raised the bucket and burned, started the fire in the head, so it burned from the top down.
I like the bottom up better.
No, they overpacked it, and it was not a good.
Yeah,
they didn't. It was dangerous.
You don't have to go. The whole process takes what, an hour anyway, so it's fine. You don't need it to go.
It was
longer.
over an hour last year. It was forever.
Yeah, it's too much. Oh my god. Pretty cool. And then this is still going on as you're at night when you're leaving. And this is open. So like if you see this, you're like, huh, I could do that. And then flip on the switch, heat it up, get in there.
And I did.
Grab a beer, It was great. Let's see. What else? This is a pretty good difference in the shot. Look at that. That's pretty cool. My God. It's craziness. And then pow! Look at this. Look at this. He's like a kid.
Riding the horse.
Yeah. Ride the tiger, man.
You made an axe handle too and an axe?
Dude, Rafi made the axe head and the handle.
Oh, I didn't take you as long as Ron.
Wow.
You know what? Tracy was incredible because he knew it was like the last night and the jackalope was already burning. He looks at me and goes, "Do you mind if I just carve it for you?" I was like, "I am falling off my feet. Go for it."
Oh yeah.
Normally I'm like, "No, I got it. I'm the maker. I could do this. Just tell me what to do and I do it and I'll do it." That night I was like, just go for it, please. But I did I guess it's called hanging the head of the axe on the handle. Just that the part that you drive the wedge into, or that you put into the axe head itself. This part
wedge right here.
Yeah, this piece. I did that myself, the entire piece.
That's cool.
He explained to me what to do.
You made that? That's a complicated geometry.
You know what? It seemed something that really I jived with for some reason. And Tracy was like, "I can't believe you got this right on the first try." But I enjoyed it, and I guess for some reason I did it well, and Yeah.
That's cool.
The joke is that I've been doing woodworking for what now? Over 8 years, maybe closer to 10. And that is so much more difficult to do and such a different mind frame than like cabinet making or making a table. You know, it's like a completely different thing. And I'm like, I'm a woodworker. Why can't I do this so more easily?
I think because it's like you're hand carving it and checking it and hand carving it and checking it. You're not like drawing it out and then just, it would be like making something out of metal that's hand carved versus cutting pieces and welding up,
I did that too.
Yeah. So look, I got a shot. Yo, I had a band and nobody was dancing. And I was like, screw it. I'm getting in there.
Nice.
How was the band?
It was amazing. This is what I look like. I'm an idiot. I'm the only one dancing. That was funny, man.
And you said in the pregame that they should have bands there.
Yeah, hell yeah. I can't help it. I love bands, dude. I'm like, if there's a band, I'm out there.
It sounded good. I was busy working.
Look, I was doing this, and then finally 2 girls started dancing. I was like, okay, good.
And the funniest thing was, it was Jimi Hendrix, Fire. And there's a fire in the foreground, and you got Ron dancing in the back.
That was funny. Oh, man, that was a good time.
He goes, we're sitting there. He's like, Duke, this is a great song. I'm going in. And he jumped over the fire.
I couldn't help it. It's not my fault. It's funny. So let's see what else.
We met the maker of Frog Pod.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait. Okay.
Thomas.
All right. So just so you understand, I did not walk over to this at all. I thought it was a mannequin with a as a joke. I thought it was like a safety jacket on. I never realized that this is a 3D printed collaboration of Jimmy DiResta.
I didn't either. I saw it. I didn't know what it was besides being Jimmy DiResta.
Yeah, I've been following Dave for a while, and so I knew this was coming.
I had no idea.
3D Dave, I think his handle is. He's a crazy 3D guy.
3D DIY Dave.
That's it. Yeah, and it was so funny because even though I knew this Jimmy statue was there, from across, like all the way the other side, I was walking and I was like, late at night, and I was like, what the hell is this dude standing here for? Like, he's just standing there.
Well, 3D Dave was walking around with his computer and scanning people, and then you can get a scan of yourself if you wanted a 3D print, a smaller version.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you probably do a bigger version.
Is this
it?
Yeah, the top one there.
That's my goal next year, is to get
my on Long Island.
Oh, cool.
3D scanned.
Is to get what?
Myself 3D scanned.
Nice. Do it.
A scan of myself. He was doing everyone. I just didn't see him. And then we didn't hear about it until breakfast on Sunday. We were talking to the maker from Canada, college teacher.
Fast Cap has a pencil sharpener. Really?
Oh. Just wasting a pencil.
Ah. I like Fast Cap. They were there.
He's a funny guy and a little bit of a kook, but he's a great guy. He's such a nice guy, Dave.
I'm kidding. I didn't meet him. He seems funny. Oh, that's a good video. It's popping out the mouth there. Jesus. That's cool. Oh, look at this. It's the legend next to the legend.
Is that Jimmy DiResta?
Yeah.
Yeah. On Monday, while we were waiting for my son and I to get pictures with Mark, Jimmy was getting pictures with him and his alter ego there, along with a bunch of other people.
It was really funny. I saw someone posted Jimmy's brother who looks just like him now.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy's brother was standing next to it.
Yeah.
And took a picture, and it's like, if you don't know Jimmy well and you just walk by, you would totally think that his brother is him.
Oh yeah, they look very similar.
You know who?
He used to be much bigger, so it wasn't.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
There's a guy in the welding tent. What's his name? It's not
Probably
Walden.
JD. Big
What's
beard.
that? Yeah, Beard.
Big
What is it?
beard.
From
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
JD Brewer. Apex-ish on IG.
I thought he was Jimmy DeRessa for some reason. I don't know who these people are. I gotta become more of a fanboy like Ron.
I mean, they're good. They're good. It's good. It's a good person to be a fan of. They're real supportive. Jimmy DeRessa was on the podcast. We had him on there.
No, I remember. I just said I couldn't.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I can always watch it again. I still haven't gone through to look at the podcast to find one that I can use as a sub plan because I didn't realize how long they were. I should have known. They're 2 hours long. So I got to go through them and find a good section for one of them and assign it.
They're kind of long. It's true.
But just means I get to watch one and I'll find one that I can use.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, who is this guy?
I don't know, but he's funny. This is what's his name? Dave. Long Island, not far. There we go. Linktree. Let's get him on there. Oh wow, a lot of links.
I could reach out to him unless Nick, you have a better relationship with him.
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'll reach out to him if you want, Ron. Just let me know when.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. We'll ask him for a Wednesday, or you could send him my.
Is that the day?
I know. It's like duh. Let's see. Cool. All right. What else we got at the Maker Camp that we missed out on?
Don't forget about Mark.
What?
Mark Adams would like to be on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, this is the end result of the.
Nick, did you say Mark Adams?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Absolutely. Yes. He's the best photographer ever.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get a chance this year to go get a picture.
Mark Adams, the woodworker?
No, Mark Adams, the photographer.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Yeah. He's awesome.
What's his specialty?
Photography.
Oh.
Photography.
Yeah, that's his trade. And it was 48, or was it? It was some other event that before Maker Camp. It was some.
She was cool. This girl went out. When I was dancing, she came out there and was dancing with me.
So at these different events, he does different background themes. So for Maker Camp, it's gray. And then for that welding one, it was white. I believe he's going to Fab Tech this year down in Atlanta. So he just captures the moment. And most of the time it is in black and white. So Ron had a nice conversation with him on Friday night, I believe.
Oh yeah, we were talking for like 2 hours straight. You know who he knows? Hold on. We got to mute you, Al. Sorry about that. I had a conversation with him about it. He knows the guy in Cleveland, Brian, that does the motorcycle stuff. Yeah, he knows him well, and he's worked on bikes there and stuff like that. Ooh, this is a really nice bike.
Yeah, look, he's from Ohio. Looks like. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He's big into motorcycles and makers, and it's pretty cool, man. He's got some good. He's got an old BMW, and he's a good dude. Like he's got a lot of he's enthusiast about makers and motorcycling and traveling, and he was at last year's Maker Camp as well. This is awesome. What is going on here? This is like the back of someone's car.
It's like their trunk.
Yeah. I love seeing stuff like this. This is my when I see this, I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah. It's like someone who's like, I don't need the car for regular things. I need it to carry my motorcycle. That's funny, man. Pretty cool. Yeah, so we'll get this guy on for sure. You know, that would be really awesome. All right, what else, man? What else? God, there's so many things. It's like an endless talk. Oh, you know what's cool? Friend of mine, John. He's learning. He's not a maker, but he wants to be. He used to be a chef, and he teaches middle school. And I was like, man, you got to become a shop teacher. And that, so I was like, please come up to Maker Camp. So he came up. That was pretty cool. Let's see. What did I miss, guys? What did I miss?
How about pen turning? You talk about that yet?
Oh my God. I don't know. I feel like we, that's
ShopBot. Shaper, the shaper router, the router shaper.
Yeah, let's see. Well, hold on. This is it right here. This is where, dude, can I stay? This is like,
That's the hard.
The Walden.
Dude, the shower on its own flipped on.
Now they said like back in like the 30s, you know, right around Prohibition, they used to make moonshine and run it through the Catskills to New York.
It's,
They said when they
there's some steel stills right down the road from my house in the woods.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The legend has it was Capone's, but I doubt it.
well, they said there was bullet holes in the wall when they purchased it.
Dude, look at this place. I mean, this was like, you just sleep. There's no, you don't hang out there.
No.
Taylor has ties to Al Capone.
Every
Being
time we
Chicago
drove by,
guy.
we were like, "There's the haunted house."
Who does?
Every time we drove by, me and my
Taylorville, really? Oh, because Chicago.
Yep. There's a lot of Italian. Well, my wife in-laws are Italian, but a lot of Italian run around here because of the mines. All Italians came over.
Oh, no kidding.
There's news stuff, papers, writing articles that
That's
Capone
funny.
had been down here in these parts, hiding out and doing things.
I can't even imagine them banning alcohol. Of course, there was an Al Capone to the ban. You know, like that makes sense. There's that tension. You know, it's like the government banned alcohol. Are you kidding me? That's like, how are you going to do that? Everybody's just going to make it and sell it. That's it. You know. I always tell people, I'm like, I can't believe we're allowed to weld. Like, you're allowed to just liquefy metal with electricity. That's okay. You know, it's like, wow, that's awesome. You know, oh, we got Mark Willie in the house. He's joining. So let's see. What did I miss?
We got the clear cut router ShopBot with George.
With George, we had George on the week before, which was pretty cool.
So he took us through the process a little bit from programming to the product, but he was already running, so he couldn't get too in depth.
Mm-hmm.
But he explained a little bit about tool paths.
Yeah, you could like pre-check your tool path. That was pretty cool. And here's George talking.
There's George.
Yep.
And then his ShopBot went down. Jimmy DeResta and crew came to the rescue and brought a spare, but luckily George's was running when we were speaking with them.
There's the pattern.
Magically fixed itself at night. I love when that happens to machines.
Yeah.
It magically fixed itself. He persuaded it with his muscle.
Gave it the fawns.
Yeah, the fawns, that works. That's an actual term somewhere.
Boom. Give it the old fawns. It makes sense because things back then were all relay switches. So if the relay got stuck, you'd hit it. Like nowadays, like what are you hitting? A microchip? There's no moving parts. But I think his track got stuck or something like that. One of his track, or maybe the screw on the I don't know, the servo or something.
Yeah, we couldn't figure it out because it was literally running just fine, and it went to move on the Y axis, and it's like, nope, I'm not moving that way. I'll move X, I'll move Z, but I won't move Y.
Jammed up. Probably a loose wire or something. I don't know. Pretty cool.
So then across the way there was Total Boat making the boats.
Yeah, Total Boat. Oh wait, let's do this. Shaper. This is an interesting tool, right? This is a handheld CNC, which you guys know about. Pretty cool that you don't need a gantry. You don't need a setup. You just grab it and throw it on anything.
Yep. And so there's a open plate on the bottom. So that's where it's doing the routing of material. And then what it's doing is reading all those black lines with dots. Those are the sensors telling it what to cut out, what to not to cut out. And if you purposely move outside the blue area on the screen, the router bit retracts itself.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I need to use that a couple of times to really appreciate it, because I know Nick, you demonstrated it when we visited your school that time, and it was cool. But I don't know. CNC seems like it would be a lot easier. Set it up and let it go. But
now it's gotten much more user friendly. There is a studio that you can use right on their website, and then stream it right over to your origin. But you can also draw right on the origin as well while you're in, using the tool. So,
see, here's one thing that's an interesting value for it is that I think that they did this afterwards, right? So they were about to install it and then they just go.
Yeah. You can just put the domino tape down where you want to cut and just scan that area, and then you're able to cut right there.
And then they're going to fill it with epoxy.
Yep.
And that's cool. So you're on the job site and you can engrave something.
Yep.
They also have an educational component too. So there's educational projects that you can download.
I do remember hearing about that.
Is Raffy still here?
I'm here.
Raffy, yeah. Did you ever make that sheath for your knife?
No, I didn't get around to it. I got busy with the axe making.
Yeah, there's so much. See, there's stuff to do for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably make one by then.
I was just telling my wife about this. She just called and she's like, why didn't you go this year? I was like, it's just one of those things where so many things on a plate. She's like, I'd take a trip up to northern New York for a weekend.
And it's not that far from New York City. It's literally only 2 hours and a half from New York City. I'm only 2 hours away, so it's like you could do that. Plus, you could hit New York City to make it a full kind of if you needed to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, if next year I'll have to check to see if we have Columbus Day off next year because it would have been a 3-day weekend. All I would have to do is burn a day. And heck, really, I could probably.
Hey Matt, I'll tell you the route. There's this underground bridge route. I know all about. Piece of cake. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Black
put you in the trailer.
License plates.
What's up, Willie? Mark Willie.
Dude, you guys this weekend at Ruffy, like yours, all the posts you had were so amazing. Like that place looks so crowded. I'm also wondering how late all the nights were because I didn't see many posts after dark.
Well, Nick, all right, here's the thing, Mark. The internet there was sketchy. You try to post and you were just getting the spinning wheel of death.
Yeah.
So there would be more posts. And you said crowded. It was spaced out enough where you didn't feel crowded, but there was a lot of people there.
It's not just the internet. It's also you're busy, you're running, you're constantly moving, you're constantly talking to people. And it's like you're taking pictures and you're taking videos, but you don't have time to post them and write something. And you're thinking about what to say. And like, I just committed to, you know what? I'm gonna just post in the next few days. Every day I'll post another something. I posted this morning the pen I made, one of the pens I made, with Nick.
That was like my IBS week. There was just
too much.
Go, sleep, get up, go, and just post.
That's the thing. I wanted to do those collaborations and the reels and everything, but like you said, it's either post or
work, which is what we're there for.
Yep.
This picture is from 8:43 p.m. I think this is like right before I left. I snagged the photo. I was like, wow, they're still going. Like that's when I was leaving on a Sunday. They're closed. Yeah, and they're closed. This is over, but they're still going. And you could go all night. They probably went, I don't know, maybe Nick knows. How long do they go?
3, 4.
For Sunday into Monday?
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Yeah.
Did you work on Monday, Nick?
No, I had off. So
Okay.
by the time I got to my school and everything, it was probably around 3:30, 4 o'clock that I was unloading the trailer of all the lathes and accoutrements here at my school, and then I got home and unloaded everything that stayed here at home.
Oh, the fire wasn't the statue wasn't on the ground until 9:00. This is a 9 o'clock photo. And it's still going. Oh yeah, man.
Well, our first night, Friday night, I didn't go back to my cabin until 2. So you guys are a little bit before that, but
What time is this? Oh, this is 7 p.m. That was when we got there.
How did that
every night's late, every day is early, and you take naps for bedtime.
Yeah.
Between this, I mean, there's the Sega trip that in the buildings a lot of our building friends go to, and then these are the two. Like I was glued to Instagram, kind of constantly watching for updates and stuff. Like this was cool.
Oh, this was Total Boat. This is what did you say, Nick? Jimmy found this under his deck or something?
Yeah, under his porch. It's a woodchuck.
Total Boat's like, you guys probably already know this, but this is like, epoxy stuff. Where's Tim? Tim's still in like recovery mode. Because Tim uses Total Boat. He talked about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's the motorcycle Ron rode in on.
Who made that? Who made that?
I don't even know.
It was probably there from the bike rally a couple of weeks before.
I feel like it was there last year too.
Yeah, it was there last year.
Part of their permanent collection.
Oh. What's this?
Willie, I have a picture of Duke. I branded his sweatshirt with Jimmy DeResta thing at 10:40 p.m.
Where's that?
It should be in the pictures. Is there a way to select who uploaded what?
No, just tell me what day and what time.
It's Saturday at the 8th, which at 10:40, 10:30.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
I got one of the frog camera things coming.
Oh, dude, we met.
Yeah,
I just saw the picture. Yeah,
dude, he's awesome.
He was way bigger than I thought.
He was selling some of his imperfection ones, rejects or whatever, for like $30. And I just happened to see it. He had like 10 of them. I jumped on there and bought one.
Nice.
But yeah, I saw you guys had pictures of him.
You know what's mad is he charges $20, but if you're a teacher, it's 30.
I've been interacting with him for well over a year, and I was so pissed I missed him last year. He came on Saturday, and I came only for Sunday. So this year, I kept on texting him, sending him messages on Instagram. I'm like, "Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?" Finally, he walked by as I turned around when I was forging. I was like, "Dude." You know, it was so good to see him. You know, like I said, I've been interacting with him, you know, brainstorming with him on projects.
Rafi, I just reloaded. Here's all your photos.
Nice.
There's a good shot of the plasma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you before I got a good pick. That's one of the first things we ran to because we want to get them to give us one for the school.
Nice. He had this crazy
Horse.
yeah.
It's a vice horse.
Yeah, jaw
Joel.
horses or whatever.
Joel horse. Yeah,
You
Joel
know
horse.
about this?
Yeah. A bunch of different companies brand them.
Yeah, there's a
They're
few out there. Yeah.
There's Brett in the overalls.
Yep. Oh, cool. Look at this crazy press situation.
Oh, this press is the most amazing, so smooth working and fun to use.
Then you could do the twist. Oh, you got video.
Yeah, so this was, I think, the first night. This must have been Friday night, and we were just like, wow, look at what you could do to seal.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday night, I said to Evan, the guy who was there from Cold Press, and I said to him, there was a woman there making an axe head, and I was like, what is she doing there? They go, she's making an axe. I said to Brett and Evan, I was like, I'm making an axe tomorrow.
Oh, was that Brittany?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw her try and make the handle for that.
Yeah, right. She was at the place there with what's his name for forever.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy making the handle. And yeah, so anyway, I was like, I'm making a axe tomorrow, and I was like half joking. I totally thought they would be like, yeah, get out of here, but they were like, okay, be here in the morning.
That's cool.
So Saturday, that's what I did from 10:30 in the morning, you know, till late in the afternoon. I was working on the axe, you know. Then late at night, I started working on the handle, and I grinded the axe first, and then went to Tracy to put on to hang a handle.
Yeah, totally.
It was so funny. So I didn't know the term, and someone looked at me, you know, while I was at the forge, you know, with the hammer, the axe head, and I was so proud. And I was showing everybody. And this guy on the other side of the table goes, "You're gonna go hang that now?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna put a handle on it first. Then I'll hang it in my room." And he just lost it. It was the funniest thing. I was like, and then someone told me, "No, that's what it's called when you put a handle on it." I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go hang it now, and then I'll hang it later when I get home.
I didn't know that either. That's good. Oh, that's a good shot of the forge.
Yeah, that was the, you know, that must have been Friday night. Saturday night when I finally got time, because every time I went over there, they were like, nope,
Busy.
sorry.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, it is a lot of people.
Yeah, is there a timestamp on that?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, this is 9 p.m.
Busy. But it's open at that point, right? Not classes.
This is open studio kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
there
Tom.
he is. There's Thomas.
Yeah. Cool. This is good that we got all the photos in one spot. That's good. That's cool. And you brought your colleague with you.
Yeah, he's a computer science teacher, but he does a lot of work with our division, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he's great. You know, he's really to the point, and you know, I get tongue twisted, and he spoke to the companies. Then we were like, yeah, we're a school. This is what we need. You know, are you willing to work with us? And they were all like, yeah, we'll figure out a discount. And he was like, no, we need like donations.
Nice. What was I gonna say? Let's look at the pen turning. I feel like it's funny because we pre-gamed with pen turning.
Yeah.
And I know we didn't cover it. And we were talking about Nick did 160 estimated 160 pens with students. That's insane, man. That's a lot of freaking pens.
Is that a Guinness Book of Record?
Dude, it might be. It is like.
That might be. Like,
That's a sweet hat Nick's wearing.
Yeah. You know, I tried to get them done real quick. These came out okay. But
I didn't even notice the hat.
I'm gonna get better ones made. This one was like a rush job. But yeah, I'm gonna get them better ones made. That would be cool. And logos and what, and it's like everybody, they show you how to do everything. You can print them, you can 3D, you can do everything. Everybody had stuff. Even Nick had cool stuff to give out. I got this sweet
Keychains.
yeah. I
Love
got
it.
the
It's on my
Tech Ed,
keychain.
you know. Old
Did any of you guys make the lantern that you were speaking of?
I didn't finish mine. Dude,
Willie, you missed it. I said that I stuck to things that I've never done. You know,
Okay.
so I first I went and I grabbed a lantern and I grinded it and I cleaned it up and I was gonna go weld it and I got, you know, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to the forge because I need to learn how to do that stuff. And I went to the forge and you know, I saved it for, I kept it, I took it home and I'll weld it when I get a chance, you know, in the school.
Yeah.
oh, here we go. This is Duke welding it up.
Yep.
This is Duke's first welds.
Gorgeous.
They-
You know
Really
what?
nice for a first weld.
It's pretty good, yeah.
It works, man. It works. Oh, this is a really
Yeah,
nice.
that was cool. So, Mark, we went. A lot of the people's first thing they wanted to do was get the cutout from
Yeah.
the plasma machine, and there was people talking saying, "Well, it's running pretty slow." So there was a pretty big line to just get one, and then
Sure.
actually, when me and Ron were there, it just stopped working. Don't know why. So we walked away. We wanted to. We had intentions of getting one earlier. So all afternoon, you know, I think they sped up the program.
Oh, that's cool.
This
Wow.
thing was gorgeous. Sorry,
What is
Duke.
it? What is this?
So I spoke to these guys. They were sitting around. They have the same kind of system to the grinding machines that are there. I'm not gonna say which one's better or worse, but yeah, I was talking to these guys, these mirror braid, and I just walked up to the guy. I was like, "What is that? Could I see your caddy?" And it was like such a beautiful piece of art.
So this is like so he's got like a press that puts this in, right?
Right. So he plasma cut the shapes first, and then he made a die, a triangular die and a circular die, and they pressed it in and made that shape.
So
I mean, this is such a gorgeous thing. I was dying to get this from the Maker Exchange.
mixed media, right? Like partially
Yeah.
wood, rivets, screws, some brass or whatever that is, copper.
This is when you do with the CNC machine, it's interesting. A lot of people would hate this look, but that's the joy of a rivet is now you don't have to touch it.
Right. It's done.
Wow. So that's pretty thick stainless sheet to be punched like that too.
Or maybe it's aluminum, but it's brushed.
I don't know, Ruff. What was it? Was it steel or aluminum?
I didn't pay that close attention. I was just wowed by the craftsmanship and the beauty of the piece. It's like the most beautiful beer caddy I've ever seen. And you see the cloth in each one of those cavities for the beer.
Oh yeah.
Each one had another piece of art in it, which I think they were all yo-yos, or some of them were yo-yos that they made.
A Mara braid.
Yeah.
Do you know
Are they on Instagram?
Yeah, they are.
Really impressed by them. But they brought this for the Maker Exchange, and Nick, I'd love to hear about the hammer you got for the Maker Exchange, and then I want to show the belt that I got because it's really cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have to say that caddy is aluminum.
Aluminum. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a brushed look. Oh wow, they got a lot of followers. Dude.
Nick, did you put a pen in for the giveaway?
I put a pen, a bottle stopper, ice cream scoop, and an end grain cutting board.
Oh,
All
wow.
You made ice cream scoop.
Individual entries?
No, just all in one bag. Just
Oh,
bag
nice.
thing.
Do you have a picture of the ice cream scoop?
No, we don't. Thing I haven't seen any. Nobody's posted about it. You know that they received it type of thing.
That's funny.
You made an ice cream scoop and we don't have a picture?
Well, the
Yeah.
handle.
Yeah,
right?
just a handle. Yeah, I don't have one handy to even hold up.
That's pretty cool.
You make the handle and then you peel the stainless steel ice cream scoop on the end.
Oh, so they sell grinders. They don't sell that.
No. They sell grinders, and obviously they have metal working capabilities in their shop.
I'll talk about the maker swap more after we're closed.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Got it. Interesting. Okay, pretty cool. Wow.
But yeah, I happen to win the brass hammer from Rob Rojas, who is currently, one of my friends local to Jimmy and has been working with Jimmy as far as making the ice picks and all that. So I kind of had a chuckle that I won this, and I could have just talked to Rob and said, "Rob, can you just make me one?" But
Oh yeah.
there were some amazing gifts. Damascus knives.
Wow.
Zep had a marking knife that he's prototyping that he put in. I know there was a whole heck of a lot of one of my students from last year who did the pen turning. They went out and bought a lathe, and they submitted what do you call it? Turned lamp. They turned a lamp out of red cedar.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, so I was a little embarrassed by what I brought. I just needed to, I completely forgot about it. And literally the day that I was packing up stuff from the school shop to bring, the PPE, the protecting stuff, the ears and eyeglasses and all that, I just opened my box of tricks and just grabbed a salt cellar kind of thing. It's like just a square with a hollowed out hole, but I did slice it in half and put it in. So the thing itself, I think, is sapele or it was dark wood. I don't remember anymore what it was. It was either walnut or sapele. And I put in maple strip, 2 maple strips with a purple heart in the middle. So at least it had some kind of character. And that's what I brought. And it just, when I looked at everything else there, I was so embarrassed. And the fact that I got this in exchange for that was just crazy. So at first I was like, oh man, I got a belt. But then I looked at it and it was like such a special piece. So first of all, it says Maker Camp stamped in it.
Oh, cool. Did you put it up on Insta or not?
Not yet. I need to do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And second, how serendipitous that of all things, this is what I got. When that's what I did all weekend.
That's cool.
I took a picture of this on the anvil because it was like, and this is silver.
You wear to church on Sunday. That's a good one.
Yeah. This is.
Did you put that photo in here?
Probably. Yeah, there's a series of it.
I'm looking.
So when you guys get a gift, like obviously the one you got and the one Nick got are kind of special, right? They're all different tiers of special. Do you guys tag or do a collaboration with the person that you got it from, or do you maybe Nick knows who he got it from, but
right? So I had no idea who this person was, and it was a name, and it was a name that I had a hard time pronouncing. So it was Kurgis, and I just went around and I kept on asking people, "Do you know who this is? Do you know who this is?" Finally, someone said, "Yeah, she's in the tent over there. She's showing, jewelry making." So I ran over there and I was like, "I won your piece. Can I give you a hug first of all? This is incredible." And she said, "Yes." I gave her a big hug. And then I said, "Let's do some pictures." And someone took pictures of us and, posing. And I'll do a post either tomorrow or the day after with this, with her, because I was so wowed by the piece that I was like, I needed to find her and give her a hug,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool. Now, Duke, did you get to turn a pen? Did you have time to do that?
No. No, we went to dinner. Remember, you grabbed me. I had everything chucked up, and you're like, "Dude, are we gonna eat?" I'm eating meat now. I was like, they're having beef tips in the hall.
What are these little windows? Little windows of time.
I got now. Nick said he did only 8 demonstrations, but if he turned 160 pens, that would be to 20 people. Now, there's only 5 lathes. You know, that's a lot of math, but you did more than 8 demonstrations, Nick.
Huh?
I think he said that was one morning, right? Like,
Yeah, that was just Sunday morning between when I started and Maker the Maker
8?
swap.
8 on Sunday?
Yeah. And I was only on the docket for 3.
Yeah, you did a lot more than 8.
For the record, since this is recording, I think it's really fun to listen to shop teachers do math.
Oh yeah, Ron recorded me doing my turning.
I only do increments of 16.
Oh yeah.
I like the inch. So no, one of my goals was to get the pen turning demonstration, and I did get the demonstration. So I got the gist of the lathe turning down, and then Nick threw me into the assembly, and I was like, oh man, let me try to figure this out. But then once you assemble one, you know how to do it.
Yeah.
So you can just sit, but so I'm good. So I did take my pen blanks, set up my lathe on Tuesday, and I'm presently turning my pens.
That's cool.
Once you get the gist of it, I mean, you really could knock these out. You know, it's like, yeah, the first one maybe take you an hour, but you know, the second one will take you way less.
This is the Sensei.
Oh, that's a nice picture. I like that picture.
He's like Miyagi-san. Look at this.
Yeah, I think I was bugging him. I was driving him crazy at that moment.
That's good. Yeah, man. I'm sure 160 blanks burn through. That's wild. Here he is doing a demo. Pretty cool. Oh, we're off of the thing now. Dude, that's cool. Yeah, I was over there last year. I made a pen. This year I just had no time to go over there. But it's pretty amazing what Nick does because he doesn't stop.
I last year I made a pen. The last, I was there just for Sunday. So Sunday night late, I got to his tent and I was like, oh my God, could I make one? It was really late. I remember it was dark and I had to turn a pen. And always in my years of woodworking and making, I was like, okay, it's like whatever, people are making pens, like big deal, like. And then I made one and I'm like, oh my God, I need to make more pens. So this year I like ran over there and I made 3 pens and I was like, I wish I made more.
Nick, what are you showing here?
That's the process from 3/4 inch blank
to
5/8, is it?
Yeah, 5/8 is the smallest you want to go, and obviously the larger you get, the larger your waste factor is, but the more forgiving the drill sequence part can be. So
pretty cool.
So if you wanted to do that yourself and not buy like the pen in a kit, there's the process right there.
Nick, I was hoping you were going to do one out of the giant lathe using a 4x4 so Matt can finally sign that check.
Got to talk to Tim Zavacki about that.
You got to do like a huge pen, like a Jackman pen. Yeah.
You got to use like balsa wood so you can lift it.
You got to do one that fits here.
A Jackman size pen?
Yeah, Jackman size pen.
Nick, do the brass inserts to the blanks, do they come with the pens or that's separate?
Yeah, they come with pen kits.
Wow, so you have to go through all the kits and take out those
Yep.
inserts.
And then
Holy
some of the, depending on the grade of the kit, if it's a higher grade, you don't have to sand the blanks because they come pre-sanded. But most of the grade that I had to sand all the blanks as well.
Just taking those blanks out of those Ziploc bags is like work. Like forget the drilling, the epoxying, the flush, making sure it's true. It's like just that. I mean, it's a lot of work. That's incredible, man. You do so much work for this. It's crazy. Much respect.
Yeah. Did anybody do any epoxy stuff?
No, I do that in my shop again. It's like
Yeah. Oh, this is they had sewing.
Yeah, that's Patty.
I wish I had time for that actually.
Mhm.
Because even though
That
I do
was neat
sewing,
fabric that she was able to get.
What?
I gotta message her and see if she can send me one of those bags
Oh yeah.
or see when she's coming back up.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
yeah, it was cool. She had fabric with the Maker Camp logo on it.
Oh yeah. Nice. All right, well, this is pretty cool. And it's a beautiful area, It's oh my god. It's funny because you're on the highway and then all of a sudden, boom, you're in the country.
Gorgeous.
So all right, so should we kill the recording there? That's pretty good, and then we can hang out for a bit. Did I miss anything?
See everyone there next year.
Yeah, what's this? Oh,
That's the barrel trimmer kit that I use.
okay.
That's my sections of notes I was taking.
Oh,
There's the triple E polish, just in case I don't have that. I took a picture of his tools, the lathe tools. Who makes them?
mm-hmm. Where's that? That's over here somewhere. I saw it.
Starts with an R. Nick, help me out.
Nice.
Who makes the carbide tip lathe tools?
The ones that everybody was using, those are Rycon tools.
Rycon.
Yeah. Yeah, this was awesome. I had a great time. Well, if
And you know what the
yeah.
thing is? I had to leave, right? The only time we had Wi-Fi is when we were in the dining hall. So I get in my car, I go out of the Maker Camp, I turn left, and guess what? No GPS. I have no idea where I'm at. Nobody carries maps in their cars anymore. So I'm driving 9 miles down the road, right? Make it 9 miles down the road. I got to make a right. Then I got to make a left and another left and another left. So basically, they made me do a U-turn and go back the opposite way 9 miles past Maker Camp and then in through the town again, like the way we came last year. No idea why.
Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy.
All you gotta do, Duke, is ask Ron ahead of time, and he'll pull up the GPS. You're covered.
Look,
So next year, if I set this time lapse up,
We
I'm
have a
going to
time
do
lapse.
probably every minute or two instead of every 5. And I'm definitely going to have to mount it to the post because all of that up and down movement was the walls of the tent moving.
Oh man.
There's
That's
still
Ron making his axe. That was moving the walls.
This is cool, man. This is all the people that came in and out of your booth. Jeez, your booth was popular, man. I don't remember there being.
That's the assembly.
Yeah.
And like a 30-minute window.
somebody there.
Here, this is the only time there's nothing. Is good. Oh, that's
you
that's
know what
me
that
over
is?
there. That's me.
Dude,
No,
that was
that's
at
so
like
funny.
9:30
That
at
was
night.
late at night. That was late right there. Look at this.
That's me taking his picture. I'm like, Ron, let's go. He's like, no. And this guy, Tracy's talking.
Ron, grinding away.
This Tracy's talking geometry and angles with us about the axe.
Yeah, right here.
He's such a cool dude.
That was him. He showed me. This is it's being captured. Oh, there he is. That's him over my shoulder. Like, all right, can do it like this. Do it like this. Here, this is him watching. He's like, "You got this?" I'm like, "Yep, yep, yep." That's funny, man. And then this is the next morning.
You got cold.
Boom.
Now.
Yeah, there was stew.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
So I had this turning on and off 10 to 10 each day.
Wow, this is cool, man. Look how crowded it is. Jesus.
Was that Ron in the stroller sleeping still?
Oh man, this is funny. There's so many people coming in and out of there. Oh, there's Nick Jr. Hold
My
on.
son.
Look, Nick Jr. eating something. Hold on. Can I do that? Yeah.
He's sitting down on the job too. That's not likely.
This is funny. Right there. Oh, okay, whatever. Busy, 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 busy. Wow, look at all this.
It's nice to see the people of all ages in there. This is a good idea, Nick, to have this footage.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, Pat Lapp came over. He's like, "Can I turn a pen for the first time?"
That's cool.
He's never all the turning that Pat Lapp does. He's never.
Here? Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Pat Lapp.
Here?
Yeah. And he doesn't like carbide, so he's like, "Can I use my professional tools?" Go right ahead, Pat. You do you.
Well, when Ron was grinding back there, these guys were turning pumpkins on their lathe.
Yeah.
And it exploded.
Is that the Canadian guy with the crazy eyes?
Yeah. With the big light.
I said that was for Tim. Tim's gonna have a pumpkin explosion. Oh, and these guys, Kaizen Source, they're pretty cool. They're hooked up with Fast Cap and Paul Akers. Lean manufacturing. That was cool.
Good. Brian
Way.
friends with Izzy Swan.
Okay, yeah. Brian was cool. He was a nice guy to talk to. Everything was cool. Nice. Good footage.
Picked up a Pika pencil and Pika marker. One of those for a while. So.
Oh, to cut it or whatever?
Well, no, it's the marker, the long nose marker and long nose pencil. So.
Oh yeah, I got you. To mark it, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, well, cool. Let's wrap this one up. This was a good one. This is a good review. I mean, imagine if you didn't go to Maker Camp, but you got to see all this. I think you're gonna go to Maker Camp after you see this. Oh, what's that?
We'll be out next year.
Pika. What is that?
Oh, that's got the whole kit. Every color.
Oh, for fast. Is it Fast Cap or is it Kaizen?
I won it in one of the online drawings with Garrett Davis, wife of Bub.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was random or not, but I got it.
Matt, we are recording.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up right here. We're going to shift gears. Maker Camp, Catskill Maker Camp 2022. Blink your eyes. It will be 2023. Book it on your calendar. I don't even know when the next date is. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
already in the book.
I'm going to put it on the calendar right now.
Since today.
We got to book our rooms instead of staying at the Walden house. We got
to make your reservation soon, so you get one on site.
We're not staying at the Walden house twice. That thing's what's the date?
10/6.
10/6.
So 10/6, 10/7, 10/8, 10/9. I would assume.
Is it still Columbus Day weekend?
Yep.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it right now. Actually, I can do that after recording. All right, so People, put it on your calendars. 10-6, 10-8, 10-7, 10-8, 10-9. Okay, Columbus Day week.
10-4.
10-4. All right. All right, and over and out. There we go.